Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. My name is Akram Shaban, and there's a lot of news I want to cover here. So let's get right into it. All right. So we have XRP is at 54 cents, and we have Stellar is at 9 cents. Hedera is at 5 cents. All right. So what's going on with news here? All right, I just want to cover this. Versan had out not too long ago. It was today. Just minted my own crypto on XRPL. The IMF coin has circulating supply of 100 million. It's supposed to reflect the strong ties between IMF and Ripple, while reminding us of XRP's role in the new monetary system. It's more than nostalgia. It's a digital statement. So yeah, IMF coin, Versan. All right, so really crazy stuff here on this one. I've seen a lot of retweets by everybody about this. So, but yeah, this is by Vendel. I've seen first. Elon Musk was asked about XRP. Pay attention to how nervous he was. Musk's response was as unexpected as it was revealing. Why can billionaires endorse Bitcoin and Dogecoin but can't speak on XRP? Think about it. The silence says it all. Take a listen.
Given how punitive the SEC has been towards crypto under this administration, do you envision the XRP ledger being incorporated into the financial institutions in the future?
Well, I certainly cannot speak to any specific crypto, but I do think that the sort of cryptocurrency is an interesting and probably valuable bulwark against a centralized control. This is definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP. But I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps with individual freedom.
All right, so I just want to say we've been knowing that Elon has been, noticing what is going on with the SEC, and Ripple, and especially what Brad Garlinghouse tweeted, and he replied. This was a while ago. But just to extend it here, this is by Anderson. I had completely forgot that Elon responded to a tweet by Brad Garlinghouse. So yeah, that's 2 years ago. We remember this, and yeah, he said like no way and such, and this has happened, and of course it's kind of funny to see that billionaires and other people don't like to speak about the technology that we're seeing here, which is XRP. They can talk about Bitcoin and Dogecoin, but they can never ever talk about the real assets, the real digital assets. There's a reason to all of this, but it's funny to see that, and he knows what's going on. He's not blinded to it. I mean, he knows what's going on with the SEC, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple, and yeah, this is just to not say anything. But he knows, and we all know. All right, another one by Vandel. Pay attention, the U.S. will manufacture the next crisis. If you're wondering why the Federal Reserve suddenly shifted to cutting rates, there's only one reason. The U.S. government must refinance their national debt and can't afford high interest rates. The U.S. government's goal is to get rates to near zero, just as they did in 2008, because anything higher than that isn't low enough with their amount of debt. The U.S. will engineer a crisis to have an excuse for the public in order to cut rates significantly and print an enormous amount of money, which we've seen what the U.S. does, right? And he has this chart out. Interest payments on the national debt rose significantly in 2022. So, as you guys can see, it's insane to see on 2020, 2023, 2024. But Yeah, great one by Vandale here. All right, another one from Versan. I was right 5 years ago, and I'm right today. Get ready for some groundbreaking research that's about to shake things up once again. The new financial system is a dual currency payment network with XRP and XLM at the core. I'll be releasing an article soon with the details. So, as he has this out, central banks and IMF setting XRP price like IPO. Al-Jarrah's perspective stemmed from the speculative view that central banks and major financial institutions like the IMF would be the ones to set the price of XRP. Of course, he likened it to the scenario that plays out when companies attempt to go public, wherein they set higher initial prices for their stock. Essentially, he asserted that these prominent institutions will set a high initial price for XRP, similar to setting an IPO price. According to the community pundit, this is to ensure its functionality as a settlement mechanism for large transactions. I mean, we've been saying this. I know Versan has been saying this, and of course, there's a lot of people who listen to us don't really agree to what we say. I mean, we can't do nothing. We just have to just deliver the message, whether they agree or not. It's up to them. You know, you can't save everybody, but from what we're seeing here, we've been saying this for years. We know there's always XRP and XLM is involved with everything in this new monetary system. All right, so this is by Digital Outlook. I love Gregory Mannarino. I actually literally earlier was listening to one of his videos, and I want to have you guys listen to this because it's really interesting. All right, take a listen.
Again, now with regard to crypto, again, the setup here is so easy to see. Trump has set himself up as the crypto god in many, many ways here. Saying publicly he's going to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, and the crypto space, for which I am fully embraced in myself, you all know that. It wants a guy like that behind the Resolute desk here. Okay, Trump has created a whole business around making cryptocurrency trading streamlined around the world. He's created his own cryptocurrency, man. Now, with regard to crypto,
all right, you guys hear that from Gregor Mannarino. But yeah, they're always having these presidents, always promoting these cryptocurrencies, especially like I said earlier. It's always Bitcoin, Ethereum, and those technologies, and Dogecoin, but they don't really speak on the real assets. You know what I mean? I mean, take an example like what happened to Elon Musk and the person who's asking him about the technology XRP. Look how nervous he is, Elon Musk. But if the person who asked him was about Bitcoin, he would comfortably answer the person's question, and he won't be nervous on these kind of topics. But it's always XRP that nobody keep it, like publicly speaking out publicly. Never. It's always Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these trendy digital assets that have no purpose in the fucking financial system. It's insane. All right, moving on. This is by Jack the Rippler. Major crypto exchange Binance updated XRP. They changed the name from Ripple XRP to XRP. So it seems that they are preparing something big for XRP. We see here Ripple XRP, but they changed it to XRP. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's funny that it's all fives here. That's funny. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, I just want to read the comment here. I was Trying to see if why they're laughing. All right, so BRICS has this out. Of course, I need to cover some political stuff because whenever, okay, so the reason why I always cover political stuff and war, because this actually show us what time frame in this new monetary system will be introduced. It's important to understand the politics and the wars that's happening and escalation of wars, because that can determine not specifically when this new monetary system will be introduced, but you can at least see a time frame. The worse it gets in war, worse it gets for countries, and worse it gets for, just war in general, the more they introduce a new system. Let's take an example. I want to say this because this is actually important. I want you guys to lend me your ear. Since history, right? Every time when there's a system going to be introduced to the world, right? Especially banking and monetary systems, right? New monetary systems. There's always war occurs. It's just like it just happens like that all the time. The Great Depression happened. After the Great Depression, war. After war, a new system, right? New financial system, new banking. Every war is a banking war. And you guys should know that. But yeah, Israel says a very significant attack will be carried out on Iran soon. So just take it with a grain of salt. This is just escalation of war. And just like you guys saw in my previous video, you guys saw that Biden is warning Iran that if they try to attempt to kill Trump, they will go to war and fight Iran, right? Now, the whole psychology thing, people get tricked by this, but the real problem here is America is trying to kill the President Trump himself, okay? And then they're going to blame it on Iran, okay? Once they blame on Iran, they're going to completely go to Iran and escalate a war and fight a war. Now, let's go back a little bit in history, because history is important because it always repeats itself. The 9/11 scenario, it was America hitting itself and blaming it on Afghanistan and the Middle East, and then going to war. It's a psychological war because it could also make people like, oh no, America and Israel are the innocent one, when literally they're not. They're just the one who are creating the problem, blaming it on somebody to initiate a war, because America and Israel want war. And with war, they can weaponize the dollar, they can accelerate this new systems, new monetary system, and as long as they need, because they benefit financially from wars. We know this. But this is by the BRICS. And it was a great post here, but great talk. All right, so moving on here. Bar chart. FDIC warns that 66 banks face the possibility of insolvency after being added to its problem list. All right, as you guys can see, let me just zoom in here so you guys look. Number and assets of banks on the problem bank list, as you guys can see. And there's a note here. There's an update. This is an updated chart with the most recent data as of the end of the 2Q. Second quarter is what it means. But yeah, as you guys can see, assets of problems banks, right axis. So as you can see, in the number of problem banks. So over here, insane. We are right here on 2024. All right, so moving on. Subjective Views had this out. Reminder that both Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen will be speaking tomorrow at the Philadelphia Fed. So yeah, I've covered this also. Just a heads up, they're going live literally today. I mean, right now it's 3 a.m. in the morning here, but yeah, as you guys can see, moderator Sheila Warren, CEO Crypto Council of Innovation, featured Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, Chris Larsen, Executive Chairman and Co-founder Ripple. So just a heads up, it's pretty fun to see. FinTech conference. All right. Moving on pretty quickly here. Just cut you guys some time. Minneapolis Fed joins ECB with Bitcoin attack. New paper claims governments can run permanent deficits if consumers don't notice and adopt new monetary like Bitcoin. Fantasizes about legal prohibition and extra taxes on BTC Bitcoin to ensure government debt remains only risk-free security. All right, so you guys can see here Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis. So a legal prohibition against Bitcoin can restore unique implementation of permanent primary deficits. A legal prohibition against Bitcoin. Bitcoin is illegal when government stock is the only risk-free security that is traded. So I don't want to speak all of that, but you guys get the point. I don't know, man. Bitcoin is not the one. It's a prototype, and they understood when Bitcoin got created, it was a prototype. They're trying to understand the technology, and the people who issued XRP was for Bitcoin, as Brad Garlinghouse said. But yeah, I don't know. It's just slow, really costly. So of course, I don't see a lot of future for Bitcoin. Everybody's saying $100,000 for Bitcoin. I don't know what world you're living in, but there's new technologies than that, faster, better. Technology keeps going, so, and the old technology stays unvaluable. The newer ones gets better, more valuable than the old Bitcoin. Hint, hint, XRP. All right, so Tokenizer had this out. Inigo and Lloyd's Bank ties continue to grow. Lloyd's has now worked with leading fintech Finality alongside Inigo to build a solution for settlement of payments via smart contracts and digital docs. The use of XDC in trade finance leaders has been growing non-stop lately. The solution brings quite an innovative step to further automating the trade industry. It allows business logic to follow into smart contracts for instant on-chain settlement for trade documents. All right, so literally, as you guys seeing this, XDC is one of course, the greatest digital assets that everybody is also, as monetary system is getting introduced. They're using this technology. We already know this. Some of you guys know this. I'm just speaking on the people who don't know. But XDC, XLM, XRP, HBAR, those are more complementing each other to help out to push this new monetary system. And there's no competitiveness from them. There's a lot of collaboration here. So, a lot of things here to see, but yeah, it is just Inigo and Lloyd's Bank ties to continue to grow. So using that XDC finality. Of course, I'm a big holder on XDC as well. It's an amazing digital asset, and you guys are gonna see the future behind it. All right, let's end with this one. Versan had this out literally just today. It was at 9 p.m. let's say. But yeah, the U.S. government is offloading its debt onto you with endless taxes and inflation. Meanwhile, smart money is shifting to XRP, recognizing it as a futures-only stable alternative at the current system crumbles. All right, take a listen.
If China owns 800 billion of U.S. debt, which they do, then of course the United States, as the borrower, has to pay interest for the money it borrows, which means that you and I and everybody else gets to pay taxes every year that go to Washington, where they don't fund our roads or schools or hospitals. It's money that the United States government collects and sends to Beijing to pay interest on the debt. And the Chinese use to develop the Red Army. Do you understand? All of this has to happen beneath the surface. Because if Americans understood what I just said, they would realize that beneath all the reality is the opposite.
All right, so let's end this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. We'll definitely proceed and a later date, new episode. But just make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. And if you guys want me to cover any topics, I would gladly do so. But for now, I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourself. Peace.